Okay, LU decomposition now. Okay, we've done a complete reduction. You don't do a complete reduction in order to do LU decomposition. Matter of fact, LU decomposition works very quickly for a 2x2 matrix if it's invertible. Now remember, if the matrix isn't invertible, you can't do the LU decomposition, okay? But the LU decomposition is as follows then. We do E1A. Okay, that's just this. And that equals 1, 2, 1, and it's not 1, it's 0, negative 16. Okay, well, this is upper triangular. Which is what we mean by U. It's a U matrix, an upper triangular matrix. Okay? Now, E1 inverse multiplied by E1A, of course, just equals E1 inverse times E1 times A, because matrix multiplication is associative, which equals then A. Okay? But E1A is upper triangular. E1 inverse, right there it is lower triangular. Okay, so there's our LU decomposition. And let's write it out real explicitly. A equals E1 inverse times E1A. If I write out what the matrices are, that tells us that the matrix 1, 2, 4, negative 8 equals E1 inverse 1, 0, 4, 1 multiplied by this matrix, the E1A matrix, which is 1, 2, 0, negative 16. Now that was short and sweet. If we need to do this with a 3x3 matrix, it's going to take a number of extra steps. And if we want to get this last row to the 0, 1, well, we have one more simple step that we can take, and that's not going to affect the fact that when we come to the end, we're going to have an LU decomposition. So we could have done E2, E1A is what? Well, we do E2 as well as E1. We get the 1, 2, 0, 1. E1 inverse E2 inverse times E2 E1A equals what? Well, we have to equals, well, certainly equals A. E2 E1A is your lower, this is your upper. So that your upper would be the product of these two inverse matrices. First, E2 inverse. Well, let's write them down. Of course, we write down E1 inverse, E2 inverse. E2 inverse is written down second, but it's the first matrix that we start with, and then we multiply that by E1. Okay? E1 inverse. That's going to equal what? It's going to equal 1, 0, 4, 1 multiplied by 1, 0, 0, negative 16. Okay, and that's going to be, let's be careful, 1, 0, it's going to give us the first row, it's not going to change. And then it's 4 times the first row added to the second, so we're going to have 4, negative 16. And the order that we say this in is LU, but of course what I got here, E2, E1A is upper. This is a product of lower triangular matrices. So this is the matrix L, not the matrix U. Okay? So now we can say that the lower triangular matrix is this, the upper triangular is this, which is this. So that A equals the lower triangular, 1, 0, 4, negative 16, multiplied by the upper triangular matrix, 1, 2, 0, 1. Okay, now we'll use this to solve a matrix equation that we solved earlier.